Okay, okay, Reb Tzvi, Boker Tov, good Erev Shabbos Kodesh, Erev Shabbos
Good
Kodesh.
now, Shabbos.
You're sideways, Reb Tzvi. You are sideways. Okay, now you're straight, upside. Okay. Anyway, I
But
want
you
to
don't have
start.
the
Yeah.
no, you don't have the view that way. A little bit.
Okay, I have everything. I have a view. I have you. I have your Baruch Hashem,
Okay.
Baruch Hashem. All I want to know is I want to start the shur with a pasuk. Okay, in this week's parsha, Akev Shishi. Perik Yud Aleph, Pasuk Yud Ches. V'samtem es tavorai eila alavavchem v'yal nafshechem. Ukshartem osam laos ayedchem. V'ayu latotafos beineinechem. Now, there's an amazing story. My father, Olav Shalom, was nifter a few years ago. And he had a pair of tefillin that he just bought or just had checked. It looked new. And when it came to my grandson's bar mitzvah, who's named exactly after him, my father, Olav Shalom, was Shraga Nachum, and my son's name is Zalman Meir. So my father was Shraga Nachum ben Zalman Meir, and had a pair of tefillin. And I told my son, please have your son put on my father's tefillin. So for whatever reason, there was someone in the family who is very close to my son, who actually was a sofer and made tefillin especially for my grandson. And it turns out that my father's pairs of tefillin was not used. So I asked my son, I said, there's a gemach at the kosel. I said, please give me my father's tefillin and we'll bring it to the gemach. And he looked and he looked and he could not find it. He just could not find it. Well, guess what just happened about an hour ago? Here it goes.
What happened?
Over here. Look.
You found it.
He found my father's pair of tefillin, which is in beautiful, wonderful shape. And as a result, he also had a clip of Rav Moshe Weinberger, the Rav of Eish Kodesh, who talked about how his father put on tefillin in the concentration camps, and how there was a fire, and how the fire of the bunkers set by the Nazis, Yamach Shemam, how his tefillin survived. So wow. I'm going to show that clip as part of the chat. You have to admit, we put some interesting stuff in the chat. I understand that you saw Rabbi Fulda's shmooze, and that you were impressed with it.
I didn't see it. I heard it.
You heard it. Okay.
I was out of town yesterday, and I had like Waze said that the way back was an hour and a half. So I said, oh, it's a good opportunity. So I said, I'll listen to a little bit, see if I connect. And it was amazing share. Amazing share.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. So anyway, I want to.
Did you listen to it?
Yes, I did. And my Rebbetzin also re-listened to it. Brought back memories because
I want to know something though. Who was the audience he was speaking to?
And
what?
Tzvi's asking the shir that Rabbi Fulda gave. He wants to know who was the audience that he was speaking to.
He was speaking to his community in Washington Heights.
He was speaking to his community in Washington Heights.
He was speaking to men?
Speaking to men.
Or to both?
I wasn't there, but I get the feeling that it was a mixed audience of his community.
It was a mixed audience of his community. Marty Schulman, who is on our chat, we hope, Marty, that you did nefesh and tell me.
Even was for a mixed audience of his congregation.
Of his congregation. Anyway, so I just want to say that today, as I mentioned, is Erev Parshas, Erev Shabbos Kodesh Parshas Akev at Yud Zayin Of, and it's the yahrzeit of Rabbi Avraham Mordechai Mipinchev, and also the yahrzeit of Shimshon ben Yosef Wertheimer, and also the yahrzeit of Shlomo Chaim ben Aaron Perlov I don't know how to pronounce it, Mikoidnov. Mem Kuf Vav Yud Dalid Nun Vav Vez Mikoidnov. Anyway, and we have a few Divrei Torah from the Parsha Shavua, the Chavetz Chaim al Torah. I have two of them, but we have one very short one before we go to Tehillim. V'limadatem osam espenechem. Perek Yud Aleph Pasuk Yutes. Hakri osam. V'aksiv is atem. L'lamdenu. Ba leval nismoch rak al Torahs abonim. In other words, don't just depend on your son, limadatem espenechem, that he should learn Torah. Don't just teach the Torah to your sons. Raka avos ba'atzman srichim lilmod. V'm'einani limi. In other words, the atem, you yourself also have to learn. And Ramosha Ramosha Feinstein talked about how it's important for a father not to kvetch and say, oy vey, what it's hard, shveret is on the yid, just the opposite. Should learn Torah b'simcha, and that should be an inspiration. That's the, you're stopped already. Are you at the park already?
Yes, I am.
You're kidding. Do you have time for us to do the Tehillim? Because we have your favorite.
So let's do the Tehillim.
Okay, so Ann, help me. We're going to
share.
Right.
Then click on share sound to the right.
Here we go. Share sound.
Then click on media player to the left.
Right.
Then click share and the media player will open.
Okay, now we go.
Press play.
Here we go. Three for you. Moshe Chabusha.
Moshe Chabusha.
ישלח אדוני מציון רדה בחרב אויביך עמך נדבות ביום חיליך והדרי קודש מרחם משחר לך טל ילדותך נשבע אדוני ולא ינחם אתה כהן לעולם על דברתי מלכי צדק אדוני על ימינך מחץ ביום אפו מלכים, ידין בגויים מלא רביות, מחץ ראש על ארץ רבה, מן נחל בדרך ישתה, על כן ירים ראש.
אחינו,
כל
בית ישראל,
אחינו,
כל בית ישראל, Hanasunim Batzara Ubashivya Omdim
Bein Bayam Uvein Bayabosha Amakim Yerachem Alei Yotziein Tzara Lerevacha Mefeilu Le'oira Uyisiva Le'geola Hasta Bagala Ubizman Korim
Amen. Matei Uzchecha Di Anlanung. That's today's words. Aleph Nun Lamed Aleph Nun Vav Nun Gimel. Anlanung von dein Starkheit. The Anlanung is the application or support, leaning, or reliance. The Anlanung of Mateh. Mateh, where is that again? Mateh Uzecha, Yishlach Hashem Mitzion Vet, Hashem Yisborach Shikin from Zion, Redei, Geweltig. Geweltig is something great, wonderful, energy, tremendous, mighty. Geweltig, Bekerev Oivecha Tzvishin Deins Onim. That's my Yiddish for today. And Reb Tzvi, do you have anything for us? A bissel, a winkel?
I have a word.
Okay. Advar.
The word is Tzihungen.
Gehungen.
Tzihungen. Tzadi Yud Hey Vav Nun Gimel Ayin Nun. Tzihungen.
I'm hanging over here trying to figure out what it is.
Are you hanging with bated breath?
Yes, I am. Hanging.
So hang Zihungen.
Yeah.
Zihungen.
See,
I like
hungry.
it has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I'm hanging in there.
Zihungen.
So,
Zihungen. Zihungen.
so what is Sogen?
Zihungen means aspirations.
Oh, wow. Hatikva. Sogen.
Not a tikva, she'ifot.
She'ifot. Okay. Instead of hope.
Zihungen.
A yearning.
Zihungen.
A yearning. Sogen. Okay.
Zihungen.
I'm
Now,
so
just tell you I'll tell you an interesting story that this is a real life story and one of these heebie-jeebie stories, but it's real because I know the person that it happened to, and he told us the story, told my wife the story. He said that he lives in Carmiel, this Jew, and his son went his son-in-law went on to Yul, to Kivrei Tzadikim.
Okay.
And he was in Tveria, and he's davening at a kever, and a nice Jew walks over, a guy with a kippah sruga, walks over to him, and he says to him, tell your shver he should check his mezuzahs.
Whoa.
So he said, excuse me? He said, tell your shver to check the mezuzah on his front door.
Whoa.
Do you know my shver? Disappeared. So he calls his shver and he says, you're not going to believe what just happened, but I'm here in Tveria. Somebody walked up to me. I don't know who he is. And he said to me, tell your shver he checked the mezuzah on the front of his front door. So he said, I'll check. Went home, checked the mezuzah on the front door. It was upside down.
You're kidding.
Unbelievable.
You know what's also unbelievable? That we talked about tefillin in this week's parsha, and here you go. And so chaf uchsaftem al mezuzos beisechel v'sharecha. Look at, you see that? This parsha, Akev is it's not a little thing you put under your foot. It's not a heel. It's very healing. That's what it is, this parsha, Akev.
Do you know, we put a mezuzah, it's a machlokes in if the mezuzah
It's vertical or horizontal. So therefore we put it on a slant.
Why do we do that?
Okay.
We make a pshara, right? Why do we make a pshara? Either paskin like this or paskin like that. What type of pshara? Would you make
What's
a pshara?
going on?
What's going on?
Right.
So I once heard a beautiful answer to that. Said that since the mezuzah is placed on the entrance to a house, so a Jewish home has to have compromise.
Wow. It's just a Rabbi Fulda's shir, Shalom Bayis.
Yeah. So I don't know. I heard this many years ago. Therefore, the mezuzah teaches us that the house you're entering should be a house of pshara, of compromise, not of ich bin ich, ani zog dich.
Beautiful.
Compromise.
Beautiful.
That's why we put it on because the halacha compromises between the two shittas to show us we need to compromise.
Wow. Anyway, when it comes to this year, there are no compromises. Everything is to encourage people to be stark and to have shalom bayis and everything else. By the way, I am going to post that beautiful shiur of Rabbi Weinberger when it comes to tefillin from the fathers from the Holocaust. It's a beautiful little clip. But anyway, Tzvi, I want to wish you a beautiful walk, a beautiful Erev Shabbos Kodesh, and
thank you.
And I miss you guys. I really, really miss you guys.
We miss you too. I have a negia. I really, really do miss you. But I have a negia because nobody really saves my place.
I know, especially Erev Shabbos. Erev Shabbos.
Every time I come, right? So this morning, Elchanan really tries, but he, where he sits, he can't keep an eye on it.
No, they keep. By the way, you You should know they really go with that. They jack. If you don't,
I
terrifying.
know.
They take
I
it,
know. They just come and they swoop it away.
swoop it away.
So, so Baruch Hashem today, Michael had an extra stender. He gave it to me, but you are sorely missed in that department.
I'm going to have to arrange something over there anyway.
You know what I always say? I can leave you with this. This is my own vort, but it says that, you know, I say this because I've seen a few times over the decades that we've been davening at the Koisel, I have seen a few times where people have actually come to a real fight over a cheer.
I know that.
So have I. I wouldn't say this if I didn't have a vort to say, but you know, I've seen even once. I remember they started fighting over a chair, and then person picked up the chair and threw it at the other person. So when I saw that, I said to myself, now I understand Chazal. Chazal say v'shloisha dvarim adam nikar v'kisei b'kaso b'koiso.
Kisei now. And I say to someone, you should cheers. Anyway,
I'll drink to that.
It will drink to that. Anyway, you should have a wonderful Shabbos Kodesh.
Have a wonderful Shabbos. Enjoy. And Mirz Hashem will talk to you.
Mirz
Hashem.
Okay. Good Shabbos Kodesh. Kol Tov. Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Rav Tzvi, my Chavrusa, is mamish. I miss him. But anyway, so we actually have a virtual connection here. I want to talk about the yartzites. Avraham Mordechai ben Rabbi Binyamin Zev Yaakov Nolad ב-1758 נפטר בי"ז אב שזה היום ב-1824 ונקבר בפינצ'וב. אביו רבי בנימין זאב יעקב בן רב משה מבנדין היה אב בית דין זרנבץ. גזע יחוסו של רב אברהם מרדכי מגיע עד למשל. הוא נתייתם בילדותו. He became orphan at a young age וגודל and was raised על ידי אחיו, his brother, Rabbi Yosef Migrad. משנת 1775 ישב בפינצ'וב. Okay. רבותיו של רב אברהם מרדכי היו רבי יחיאל מיכל מזלוטשוב, רבי אלי מלך מליז'נסק, רבי לוי יצחק מברדיצ'וב. Wow, what rabbanim. רב אברהם מרדכי העיד על עצמו שביקר אצל 300 צדיקים. He actually visited 300 tzadikim. בין אלה נמנים גם רב שלמה מקרלין, שאצלו שהה במשך שנתיים תמימות, יחד עם חברו באורי מסטרליס. לאחר מותם של רבותיו, החלו לבוא רב אברהם מרדכי חסידים, אולם הוא לא הכתור כאדמו"ר. הוא המשיך לנסוע על צדיקי דורו, במיוחד על רב יעקב הורוביץ, החוזה מלובלין. האדמו"רים התייחסו אליו בהערצה מיוחדת. צדידי הדור הרבו לבקר אצל רב אברהם מרדכי, ובתוכם רב נפתלי צבי מרופשיץ, רב דוד מללוב, רב מאיר מאפתא, רב קלונמוס מקרקע, רב יצחק מוורקה ואחרים. בנו, רב יוסף דוד סירב להמשיך את השושלת כאדמו"ר, ורוב החסידים התפזרו בין צדיקי הדור. אוקיי. אוקיי, היום זה גם כן היורצייט של שמשון בן יוסף ורטהמר, נולד ב-1658 ונפטר ב-1724. נולד בוורמס ב-1688, הוא היה סוכן של ליאופולד הראשון, היה מייסד קרן ירושלים, היה אב בית דין בניקולסברג, באייזנשטאט, בוורמס, בפראג, בקרקאו. היה רב במדינת בוהמיה והונגריה. בחסותו, ב-1712 עד 22 יצא ללמוד תלמוד תורה בבלי, בפרקוס כלל, סופרים, בהלכה, מדרש והקבלה. Hayalo Tawar Nasi Eretz Yisrael. Hayom זה גם כן יוצא שלמה חיים בן אהרון פרלוב מקוידנוב, שנולד ב-1797 ונפטר ב-1862. נישא ב-1810 והיה רב בסטולין בקונטרוס. ב-1834 החל לכהן כאדמו"ר ראשון חסידות קודנוב. היה נשיא קופת מעות ארץ הקודש. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. עכשיו אנחנו מגיעים לקונטרוס תפארת האדם, י"ז אב, שזה היום. אנחנו מדברים על מי ששומר את המצוות, מי שהיצר הרע רוצה לפתות אותו, to entice him to do averos, and he overcomes them, so he is really B'Tselem Elokim. Kadosh Baruch Hu created us in his image. Also as Adam, al Cain, Yira v'yafachid ish asher leiv lo, la'oven ha'chomer v'hamar zeh. Therefore, a person should be very careful not to transgress using a razor. The im chet, if it does sin, Yemaya Lashuv, he should do tshuva immediately. La'al yistakel ha'chaver v'aptiyim, and don't look on his foolish peer group. Asher Yotzram Gavar al Sichlam, who their Yetzer Hara has overpowered their intelligence, their seichel. And in order to inspire the person who's reading the Kundras, Teferet Adam, Atik, the Chofetz Chaim says, I will copy Masha Matzati, Bekitzer Shla, Shnei Luchos Rizk, B'Shem Sefer Yayin HaMeshumar, the name of the Sefer Yayin HaMeshumar, the preserved wine, Al Pasuk, on the Pasuk Lo Tashchis is pas. Our whole shir on the Kundras Teferet Adam is talking about the importance of the observing the Isser, that a person should never tashchis is pa'at, should destroy the corners of his beard, and we're talking about using a razor. V'zel Shona Kasav Harab Zalman ben Yehuda Chosid V'zel Shono Amali Abba Mori, my father HaChosid Shebimav Hayom Asav. He said in his days there was this story, Ba'asher, there was this ma'aser concerning a wealthy person, B'Shpire, in the place called Shpire. Shayom Megalech Skano B'Tar, he would use a razor. V'ya Abba Mori Bo, my father, he's talking about his own father, came M'tech Bo, and would give him musar, and tell him not to do it. V'lo ishkiach al dvarav, and he didn't listen to him. But Ki Amar Ha'asher, the wealthy person said, Istinisani, I'm a very delicate person. Ve'eni yochol lisbol hazaken, I cannot tolerate a beard. Amar lo Abba Mori, my father told him, Yadua Teda, you should know, Ki mora yachrisecha, that while you're violating the Torah, that unfortunately you'll have a bitter future. Ki lacha moscha, after you die, Yavo malachi chabola, the terrorizing, damaging, harmful angels, Adomim the porous, that look like cows. Dorsim al pa'asotcha, they'll actually stampede on your beard. Kizel onesh shel mashkisim, because that is the punishment of those who use a tar pa'asotcha v'tela. Shekain hamramuz b'torah. This idea of cows be stampeding comes from Lo Sokifu, and look at the Rashi Tevos at the head of each word. The first letter, Pa'as Roshchem Velo Sashchis, is Poros. Rashi Tevos Poros. Sheniftar also Asher, when that rich person died, all of the great people of the city of Shpire, and my father was there, and they Vayakosov Shem Echad, and he, my father, would write the Shem HaMaforish of Hashem, V'zorak al Oso Esher, and he threw it on the body of that person who had just died. V'tekev Kama Raglov, and that dead person resurrected. V'chol HaYoshvim Sham Baruch Mipanov, and everyone ran away from him, Machmas Apacha, because of the terror, terrified by what just happened. V'sichlu Oso Ames Limrot et Rosho, and that dead person who was just rose up would tear out the hair from his head. The Tolish Pesorov Amalo Abba Amori. My father said to him, Malacha, what are you doing? Amalei, the dead person said, Oili, woe is to me. Shelo Shamati Lecha, I never listened to you. Amalei, Agida na li, Ma naselin shmosecha. Amalei. So my father asked him, what did he do with your neshama? Amalei. So the Demei says, Kishiyatzat nishmasi, when I passed away, Bo malach habola, there was a terrifying angel came, Vidoma lapora, and it was like an image of a cow, Gedol of a heavy kli, and brought this big vessel, malay, zephet, v'gafrit, full of pitch, brimstone, melech, and salt, with kibel nishmasi, and he took my neshama, v'nichal atocha, and put it into this kli, and this full of this brimstone and this pitch. Below Hesa Yecholas, let's say, and the neshama was not able to get out of the kli. And another malach came from the court of heaven, also a kli, and took that kli in nishmasi with my neshama betocho, and brought it before the high court, shel yotzer neshamos, before the Kadosh Baruch Hu, the one who creates the neshamos. V'oz yotzer baskol, and at that point, a heavenly voice came, mipi habezdin, and from the court, Ramar Li, and said to me, Karisa v'shanisa, did you learn the Torah and did you learn Mishnah? Amarti lo karisi v'shanisi. I said, I did learn, I read the Torah and I learned the Mishnah. Miyad, at that point, Siva l'havi chumash, they commanded the angels to bring a chumash for Amalei, and he was told by the court, Kra bo miyad, read from the chumash immediately. Or miyad, and immediately, kishabatachti a-sefer, when I opened the book, the sefer, the chumash, masati kasav lo sashchis, as paas sechantcha, the pasuk that he transgressed against, that you should not use a razor, v'lo yadati maloshev, and had no defense. I did not know what to answer. Miyad shamati kol achad shahaya machriz, and then I heard a voice that said, Tenu nishmaso lavim b'madrega tachtonis v'aganim. Send him to the lowest level in Gehenna. Yatzad basko v'amar hemtinolo. Then another voice came and said, hold on, Yehuda b'ni, sorach she'ila achas l'sh'ol mimenu v'atahu. I have one question to ask of him, and you'll have to tune in on Sunday to find out how the story continues, how this is beautiful Maisa that we're learning about. Anyway, so with that, I want to wish everyone Shabbat Shalom, Umavorach, and Chazak Baruch, and thank you very much for tuning in to the Shir. Please, we'll see you, Mitzvah Shem, on Sunday.